everyone. It's Laura Milligan. Thank you for joining me today on my Monday Facebook Live. I have some cute projects to share with you today. I'm going to just wait a minute to make sure that people can find me. So let me just check and see who's going to show up. If you're there, please say hello. Love to hear where you're from. I have people normally watching from all over the United States, which is really fun. So first thing I'm going to do is give away the cards that I made last week on my Facebook Lives. And to qualify for those, to be entered into the drawing for those, all you have to do is leave a comment or share the Facebook Live. If you have crafty friends that you think might be interested in getting some fun new ideas, I would appreciate you sharing this Facebook Live. And there's Debbie. Okay, so I know I'm in the right place. Hi, Debbie. How are you today? I'm going to switch my camera down and bring in the cards that I made last week. And I was focusing on the Hydrangea Haven Suite. And I got so many nice comments on these cards. So thank you to all of those of you that commented and actually placed orders for these products. They're just gorgeous. I am still offering for $25 the tutorial that I made for my overnight retreat that I held in March. And these are not the cards. So these are 3 different ideas, but that was a total of about 27 different ideas, not only for the hydrangea bundle, but also we included several other card classes as well. One was the Ice Cream Corner Suite, the Memory and More cards. We made 12 cards, I think, with those, and also the Enjoy the Moment class. So if you're interested in that, you can find the information actually right on this Facebook post or email me. It's also on my blog. So just let me know if you'd like that. I've had a good response from that, and it's a great source of ideas. Yes, so Debbie says, happy anniversary. Today is my wedding anniversary, and I shared, if you scroll down, after you watch my Facebook Live, if you scroll down, you'll see a picture of my husband and I 35 years ago. So it seems like a long time. So this is one of the cards that I made last week, and this is going to Pat Settle. Pat, I have your address, so I will put that in the mail for you. This pretty one is going to Lisa Barker. Hi, Tennessee Grand. Your daughter's here. We've been having fun today. Hi, Myra. Hi, Karen. And then this slimline card is going to Barb Waldsmith. So, ladies, I will get those in the mail to you today, so you can look forward to receiving that happy mail. We all like happy mail, right? All right. So I today have a couple things that I want to share with you. One is the Harvest Hello stamp set and the coordinating apple builder punch. These are both on the retiring list, and I used these when they first came out. We've had these for a couple years. And hi, Sue. Thank you for sharing and thank you for wishing me a happy anniversary. I've used these for a while a couple years ago when they first came out. I love this bundle of products. The Apple Builder Punch is on sale on our last chance list, and it's like $7 or $8. So it originally was $18, and I thought, you know what, I'm just going to showcase this, and I'm showcasing some other things today that are on the retiring list, just in case you've never seen them, and maybe you've seen them and never purchased them. Now's the time. In fact, my friend Sandra, she is one of my helpers, and I was telling her what I was doing this morning when she got here, and I was showcasing these, and I told her what this was on sale for, and she said, wow, I don't have that. I need to order it. So let me just share 2 projects with this. And, okay. So I'm going to start. This is a fun fold card, and it's going to actually fold up like this. It's going to fold from the bottom, actually from the bottom and the top. So I'm going to start with This is a piece of crumb cake cardstock, and I used the Scripty embossing folder, and I'm going to hold this up so you can see it. This is one of my all-time favorite embossing folders. Let me see if I can get it to focus. Let me turn that a little bit so you can see it. I hope you can see that. It's a really subtle, soft script on the embossing folder, and like I said, it's one of my all-time favorites. So I am going to start with that, and this is just going to be positioned inside here. It's going to go like that. So I'm going to go ahead and add some snail, and okay, or stamp and seal, I mean, sorry. Attach this, and let's see, I'm going to keep this closed for a minute, just get that centered here. You know, I probably should have grabbed a couple extra blocks here, but maybe Sandra will come to my rescue. Okay, so I'm going to take my Apple Builder punch, and I'm going to take this stamp, and it is the outline of an apple. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp this in Tuxedo Black ink. Do most of you already have this stamp set? I don't know if most of you do or not, but I just thought I like it so much, and I hate to see it go away without showcasing it. I'm sure that a lot of you do, especially my local customers, because I know we featured it. So I'm going to go ahead and just punch that out, and as you can see, I stamp first and then punch because you can position this exactly where you need it to be. Okay, then I'm going to take let's see, a little piece of this. Sandra, yes, could you grab a couple little blocks for me, please? This is what's nice about having a friend here. I think, yeah, so Sue, you have it too. I think a lot of people have it, but thanks so much. Okay, so I'm going to stamp the leaf now, and this is just on Granny Apple Green. Thank you. Whoop, cardstock. And I'm going to position that right in the punch. And look, it even landed, it landed in the right spot. Okay, then the next thing I'll do is take my little stem. And the thing that's neat about this is, well, for this stamps that I'll show you in a minute, but this with this punch, you can either make pumpkins or apples. And the stem, depending on how you attach it to your project, it's either an apple stem or a pumpkin stem. So I'm going to stamp this just on a piece of early espresso. And again, I'll position it into my punch. Okay, so there's my stamping. And then I'm also going to stamp, I'm going to bring my mat in just to protect my surface here. But I'm also going to stamp, this is a cute designer paper from that Snailed It bundle. And so I'm going to take my apple again and just position this like this. Just like that. And then again, I'm going to position this and just punch out half of the apple. And then I'm just going to adhere this to the bottom of my apple. I just thought it was a cute way to add some interest. I'm doing some different things with paper today, with my designer paper. So that's kind of fun. All right, and I'm just going to line this up, just match up the lines there. And there's my little apple. And then, of course, I'm going to add my stem. And so the way I do this, the wider end of the stem to me looks like an apple. If you did it this way, to me that looks more like a pumpkin. So I'm going to attach this that way with my glue dot. I'll just position that there. Yes, and you are right, Myra. This is perfect for teachers. And I actually, the next card I'm going to make today is a teacher card. Okay, so there's my little apple. How cute is that? And then I'm just going to take some of the braided linen trim, And I'm going to put some adhesive on the back here to help hold it in place. And I'll just wrap this around. To the front. And I'm just going to cover that, this, I guess I would call it a seam, where my designer paper meets, you know, the rest of the apple. And I'll just tie this in a knot over on the left-hand side. You could do a bow. A bow would work as well. Okay. I got that kind of twisted, so you know what, I'm going to just turn it there. Whoops, see if I can get that fixed. Maybe not. I actually it probably would have been quicker to just untie it and start over. All right. And I'm going to take a glue dot and put that right under my knot there just to help hold that in place. Okay, so there's that. I'm going to trim this up a little bit. It's a cute little apple. This is going to bother me. I have to fix it. I don't like that it's twisted like that. There we go. Okay, now it's right. That would have just bothered me. Okay, so there's my apple. And then what I'm going to do is take a piece of white cardstock, and I'm going to take my 2 1/4 inch circle punch. This is retiring. We have all of our circle punches, I think, are retiring. And so I've had a lot of people purchasing them because they are something that every crafter needs to have. And it's great to be able to just punch out a circle and layer them as well. So I'm going to attach this with my dimensional. So if you don't have those circle punches, I highly, highly recommend them. I'm going to pop this up, and I'm going to position this so it's offset on my circle. Just like that. Just offset it a little bit. All right, so there's that. And then I want to do another apple. And in this stamp set, it's really cute. Let's see. There's a half of an apple. Right there you can see there's also seeds, and so I'm going to use this, and this is a fun little trick, because this, you know, this doesn't really, our punch is for a full apple, but if you look at this, a little trick that I learned probably from another demonstrator is to just hold this. You can still position it here, and so that you don't have to fussy cut that. And then I'll just take my paper snips and cut right down the center here. It makes it easy, easy, easy. Just like that. So some of you, if you have this set, you can, this is just a fun idea for you. All right, and then this one I want to add some color. I originally was going to, you know, stamp it and punch it out with my red cardstock, but I wanted the center of the apple to be white, like a real apple would be. So I'm using some Stampin' Blends. This is the Light Soft Suede. I'm just going to add a little color to the seed. And then I'm going to just color the red part. No, we do, Colleen, at this point, there are no circle punches in the new catalog. So if you do not have them, like I said, I definitely would recommend. And I'm just going to add a little contrast here just to highlight that. Okay. Next, I'm going to take, this is the Feel Better Soon Oh, that's to an A+ teacher. Okay, I need to find my Feel Better Soon. Let's see if it's in the, I might have to have Sandra come to my rescue again. Feel Better Soon. Oh, I don't see it in here. Let's see, I'm sure it's here somewhere. That's to an A+. Oh, here it is. Oh, okay, I found it. I found it. So what happens is I have all this stuff here, you know, for the projects that I'm going to show you, and things sort of get buried alive. So thank you for bearing with me here as I find things. All right, I'm going to stamp the Feel Better Soon. This is just a small piece of crumb cake, and I will have the measurements for these, all the projects that I'm making today over on my blog. It will go up sometime tomorrow, and I'm going to practice this once just to make sure I have it mounted straight, and that looks pretty good. So I'm going to just do that right there like that. And then I will attach that right there. Oh, and I need my my little heart things. So yeah. What can I say? It's Monday morning, and I feel, you know, before I started this, I told Sandra, I said, I feel a little discombobulated today, and I'm not really sure why, because I made all of these projects yesterday. But thank you, my dear. Everyone should have a friend like Sandra. She's the best. She is the best. Okay. And I'm just going to pick up one of these little resin hearts, and I'll just position that right there. It's just cute. All right. Now I think we're ready to put this together. So the first thing I'm going to do is put some Stamp and Seal on both sides of this flap. Just close to the edges there. I'm going to close this up, make a little pocket. And then this piece is going to be attached right there. So we'll go ahead and attach that. And then this is going to go on the front right there like that. Is that not cute? Isn't that cute? It's one of those things that, you know, if you get this, you give this to someone, you are totally going to make their day. Okay. Get my adhesive on there, and I'll just center that like that. And then I want to add some of my hearts to this. These have been on back order, but they are due back in, I believe, next week. So hopefully they will be available soon. I'm just going to add some of these. I love the white hearts on the crumb cake cardstock. Okay, put one there, and I think I'll add a red one as well. But so basically there are so many things on this card that are that are on the retiring last chance list. The Scripty embossing folder, the 2-inch punch, the stamp set, the apple builder punch. Like, it's kind of sad, really. So many good things are going, but the good thing about that also is that means we're going to have some great new things coming. So I'll do that, and then I'll add one more little white one right on there. Okay. And then on the inside, I have a tea bag, and I know that, gosh, I think it's been 2 years ago, I had a bad fall on the ice and had quite a recovery time, and people would send me cards, which I loved. It was the highlight of my day, and I would look forward to the mail coming every day, and a lot of people sent a card and put a tea bag in it, and I thought that was really nice and thoughtful. So that's kind of where this idea came from. So, and you know, it's funny because normally when I'm putting tea bags in cards, projects like this, I go to the store and I pick out whatever the type of tea, however it's packaged, that will go with my cardstock. I didn't do that today, but so there's project number 1, just a cute little tea bag gift for someone. I love foam fold cards too. Oh, Myra, because I have love on the brain. You're too funny. Okay, the next card I'm going to make is for a teacher. And my family was very blessed because our girls had many, many wonderful teachers. And my youngest daughter, Faith, is about to graduate. She's a senior in college, and she's getting a degree in early elementary education. And so I'm making this card for her. She will graduate in May, and so this card is for her. So I'm going to save this. Save this for her, but since I always make a sample up too, I will still give this to someone. All right, so this card, I started with a panel, small panel that I embossed with the Subtles embossing folder. This also is going away, which makes me really sad. This and the Scripty are the ones, it seems like the embossing folders I reach for all the time. And so I'm going to start with just stamping my apple again, and I'm using my Tuxedo Black ink. Yeah, so it's always sad when some of these things retire, but like I said, it just means there are new things on the horizon. Demonstrators were able to see the new catalog last week, and that's always an exciting day. So I'm going to punch another apple because when I think of teachers, I think of a red apple. And Barb, you're watching. I know you have a daughter. Yeah, Faith is a senior already. Can you believe that? She's like everybody's baby. Like, I feel like she should still be in, high school or junior high or something. I'm going to take my, this is the Brights. I believe this is from the Brights Designer Series paper stack. These are 6x6 paper stacks, and they're all retiring. Now, we will be replacing them with some new patterns, but I will say this polka dot one is one of my favorites. All right. Now I'm going to take my stamp that says to an A+ teacher, and I'm just going to stamp that on here with real red ink. It's kind of fun after truly not using this stamp set for a while to pull it out and make some fun little projects with it. Okay, and then this, I'm going to just angle this a little bit like that. Okay, so there's that. Then I'm also going to bring in my little stem again. And let's see, where's just use my scrap of early espresso again. And ink that up. And I'll just position that like that. Okay, and there's that. And then I'm just going to put this card together. I think I have everything I need. Okay, I'm going to put my ink pad away so that I don't get ink all over everything. Okay, both ink pads. Put this red one away as well. Okay, so I'm going to start by just attaching 2 pieces of designer paper, 2 strips, and again, these measurements will be on my blog at some point tomorrow. Whoops. So I'm going to attach this. These are cute little words. I love these Designer Series paper stacks. They're 6x6, and you can see, you may think that a 6x6 is not going to last very long, or you're not going to be able to get a lot out of it. But when you cut little pieces like this, and you have a whole stack of it, a little bit goes a long way. Okay, so I'm going to add my adhesive to this, and then this I centered, and I actually lined it up on the edge of my red. I just did that like that. All right. Now I'm going to take my embossed piece, and I don't know if you're going to be able to see this, the detail. You probably can't. It's called Subtles for a reason, I guess, because it's subtle. I'm going to take some linen thread, And I'm going to be popping this up, this whole panel up. So I'm going to take some dimensionals. I'm going to tack that in place. And then I'm just going to wrap this around a couple times. I love linen thread. This is not retiring, which is good because I'm not sure what I would do without my linen thread. Yes, Barb. Barb has a teacher too, and teachers are a blessing. I am proud of many teachers that I know. And it's been interesting for Faith this semester, because with COVID, they started out teaching, of course, all virtual, and now they're doing both. So that's quite a learning curve, I guess. But I think it's good. It's a good skill to have. All right, I'm going to take a double piece of my linen thread and just tie a double bow. And then I'll just tack this on with a glue dot. And I like to trim both ends before I tie my ribbon, my linen thread or bow or whatever I'm using. And just pretend like it's one piece. Don't worry that it's two. You will do it exactly the same way as you would tie one piece of linen thread. Okay. So I have that. I'm going to pick up a glue dot. And I'll just tack that right there. And then we need to put our apple together. So again, I'm going to pick this up with a glue dot. And I'm going to take my cute little polka dot leaf. I love that leaf. Going to go right there, and then I'm going to attach my words, and I put those on flat. I didn't pop them up. You know, I'm famous for popping almost everything up, but I'm going to put that there. I love the colors of this card. It just makes me happy. Okay, so I'm going to pop this up with some dimensionals, and it's just going to go over the linen thread and also just over the edge of my words there. And there is that card for my favorite teacher, Miss Faith, and you, of course, could make it for any teacher that you know. I think, you know, you can never tell a teacher or anyone really how much you appreciate what they do. So that is my teacher card. And then I want to show you some other cards just to show you the versatility of this set. This one is one, actually I still have it in a plastic. Let me pull this out. I'm sure that we did this for a class or a club or something when this first came out, but look how cute the pumpkin is. And then here's another pumpkin one that we did for a class, I'm sure, in the plaid. I love it in the plaid. But many ideas for this stamp set. Okay, now I'm totally switching gears. What I really wanted to do for that, I just wanted to focus on that because it is retiring. It's a great set and punch, and I just want to make sure that nobody misses out. So now I am totally switching gears, and I am going to be using the Oh Snap stamp set. And this is in our January to June mini catalog. So this is still available through the end of June, but I'm using some product on the cards I'm making today. Well, I'm actually just making one card today, but I have some product that is retiring, and so I want to show you that as well. All right, let me get organized here. So I am using a basic white card base, and then I'm using designer paper. This is from I always call it whale tail, but I think it's called whale of a tail. I can't remember the name of it, but it goes with we have the whale punch, and there were sequins, which I'm going to use, and the paper is darling. It has the fish and the cute turtles and everything, and it is retiring. Also, the Seabed embossing folder that was released with this as well is also retiring. So, okay. So I'm going to start with a piece of the designer paper. Look at the back of this. It has the seahorses on it, and there's big turtles on the back of this, and super, super cute. So I'm going to start with my big Crocodile Stamp and my Memento Black ink. I haven't seen a lot of samples made with this set, and it's so cute. It's kind of one of those ones that just makes you smile. So I like to ink it up this way when it's a big stamp like this. Debbie, you're welcome. Do you have this apple punch? I bet you do. Although I don't know that I knew you when it came out. So, okay, so I've got that inked up really well. And I'm going to stamp it right on this designer series paper, because I looked at this and it kind of made me think of like an alligator or a crocodile. And I don't know the difference between an alligator or a crocodile, but I'm gonna give that a good push. And that looks good. And then the next thing I'm going to do is bring in my mat again. And I have a stitched rectangle shape, and I'm going to ink up this crocodile again. Oh, you just ordered it last week. Great, Debbie. Now you have some good ideas. So I'm going to ink this up, and I'll show you why I'm doing this in a second here, but I'm going to just put my crocodile on this stitched shape, stitched rectangle. Half of them is not going to fit on this, but I'll show you why I did it this way. So there's that. Look how cute. It's just cute. So, so cute. So then what I did was, and actually, you know what? I'm going to take a little piece of my scrap white here, and, well, I'm going to wait a second for that. Okay. So I'm going to take my crocodile. I guess it's a crocodile. I don't really know the difference between an alligator or a crocodile. But what I did was I trimmed all the way around this. I did it once, and then I thought, okay, I really do not want to have to cut all these little points here on his back as well as on his teeth. So that's why I stamped him first on this white. So then what I did was, when I was cutting this out, all I had to do was cut his teeth away. Poor guy. Cut his teeth away. Same thing with his scales on his back. And I have one here that I did ahead of time. So look at him. His poor little guy is toothless and scaleless. But what I want to do then is to position this over this, because my crocodile has pearly white teeth. And I didn't really want him to have teeth that were the same color as the designer paper I was using. Let me see if I can get my... There we go. Okay, so I'm just going to use my liquid glue. Put a little bit on all of his edges. Okay. Oh, the difference is the way they open their jaws. Really? That's interesting. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and position my crocodile here, and you can see why I did that. So all of his, you know what, and I'm going to show you, so I should have done this a little bit more over this way. You know what, let's see if I can kind of make an adjustment. I think I can make this work. Okay, it's going to be a little bit off, but you'll see. I'll show you my finished one. All right. So you can see by doing it this way, I have all the teeth lined up, and I have all of her scales on the back. You know what I might do? I'm going to flip this over, because I don't like how this looks. I made a boo-boo. Whoops, and then that's dirty, but okay, I'm going to do this again because I don't like the way it turned out. So we'll just kind of fix it. Go ahead. Get this inked up really well. So what I need to do is make sure that when I do this, okay, this is like a sticky mess, but I'm just going to keep going. I'm going to pull this out. Okay, here we go. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and I think Sandra's my hero, so I think she's over there cutting me a new one. Thank you. Come here, Sandra. Well, okay, she doesn't want to be seen, but she should because she's beautiful. She's beautiful on the inside and out. And her mom is watching. Her mom is Tennessee Gran. You know, I love Tennessee Gran too. Okay, let's try this again. So what I want to make sure of is that when I do this, I'm catching the edge of the crocodile, all of her fins, and her smile. So I think what I need to do is just angle it a little bit more, like that, which is what I didn't do. Okay, thank you, Sandra. Okay, so there she is. Now, what I'm going to do is attach my alligator. So I'm going to put a little bit more glue on this. And I really just need to put it on, let me get it flowing, the tips here. And her tail. I don't know, is it a girl or boy? I always think about when my friend Lucy's here. You all know her. Well, some of you know her. And whenever we're making anything, I always ask her if she thinks it's a girl or a boy. And she always says they're girls. So maybe this is a girl. I don't know. Okay. So there you go. So there she is, and you can see she has her pretty white teeth. Her scales are white as well. Now we're going to put this, I'm going to do a little more stamping before I put this away. And I'm using the one that says sending a big smile, because look at that smile, right? And I'm going to stamp this right inside the mouth. Like that. And then this stamp set also has a cute bird. And so I'm going to stamp the bird like she is just right, getting pretty close to this crocodile. She needs to be careful. And it looks like I need to add just a bit of glue to the end here. Looks like I missed that spot. All right. So there we have that. Next, I actually stamped the bird on some of this designer paper as well. And just cut out her body. And I kept it really simple. I did not cut out her legs or her beak or her tail. I just cut out the body. And then I'm going to pop this up with a mini dimensional just to give her some dimension. Thank you, those of you that are sharing. Hi, Jean. Hi, Michelle. Okay, so I'm going to pop her up. This card is another one. It just makes me smile. So there's our little bird. And then we're going to put the card together. So I'm going to take my basic white card base, give it a nice fold, and I'm going to start by layering this Calypso coral. This actually, I've never seen a Calypso coral crocodile, of course, but this kind of looks like alligator skin as well. That would be kind of fun. I mean, it is whimsical, so why not? I think anything goes when you're paper crafting. All right, so I'm going to just attach this. This is going to go all the way from the top to the bottom. And then I have another piece of paper from that designer paper stack. And I'm going to attach some ribbon on the back. This is the scallop linen Pretty Peacock ribbon, and this is retiring. These were our in colors that were released 2 years ago, so now is the time for them to retire. I'm really going to miss those colors. I really, especially the Pretty Peacock, and the Seaside Spray. Those are two of my very favorite colors. And I want to just put this on behind this panel with just this cute little scallop edge showing. So we'll get that lined up. It just goes right there like that. And then I'll just snip off the excess. Like that. Isn't that cute? I just love how that edge, look at the details, just so cute. Teeny little scallop in the Pretty Peacock, which is pulled, of course, from the designer paper. Okay, so I'm going to attach this. Get all these edges. And that's going to go just right on here. It's sort of centered from top to bottom. Oops, I want to move it over a little bit. It's going to be pretty close to the edge. All right, so that's going to be there like that. And then before I attach my crocodile, I want to add some interest to this designer paper. There's a little stamp with 3 little fish on it, and so I'm going to add those. I'm just going to stamp those around the designer series paper. So they're just kind of swimming, and hopefully this crocodile does not eat them for lunch, right? Okay, I'll put some down here. So they're just swimming around, and then I'm going to add my panel with my crocodile, and I'm going to pop this up. I'll put some dimensionals on the back of the crocodile as well. I just think, you know, this is one of those stamp sets. You may think, oh, okay, it's a crocodile. I don't really need this, but it's fun. It's different. You know, this could be a good stamp set to use for cards for kids, cards for men and boys, just anyone that you want to send a smile to. I know this would make me smile if I got this. All right, so I'm going to put that there. And then to finish this, I'm using the Whale of a Time sequins, and they also are going away. And what I like to do is just take a pinch and put them in the lid of the container so that I can kind of see what I'm working with here. And I'm going to use my Take Your Pick tool. And I'm using, of course, the putty end. And I'm just going to add some sequins. So I found the easiest way to do this was to just add a little bit of glue, some dots of glue, wherever you want to put it. I'm going to put 2 there, and then I put 1 right there. I'm going to start with those 3. So I'm going to pick up one of these and just set it right down in my glue. Like that, and just let that sit there for a minute. I'm going to get this purplish one and put that there in the glue. I think this is probably the best way to do this to avoid getting glue all over your fingers, although I must confess that when I was making this card, I did get glue all over my fingers, but I feel like this way is a better way. When I made my original card, I didn't use my Take Your Pick tool, and I feel like this is a good way to attach these sequins. So I'm going to put that down there and let that dry. Oh, come on. Come on. Yeah, see, I think my fingers are sticky now, so it's going to stick to it. Okay. And then I also wanted to add some sequins up here. So I'm going to put some there as well. And you can, you know, you can do as little or as many as you want. You'll get the idea. And you know, I may just try, let's do an experiment and see. I'm going to pick one up with my fingers and just see. And you know, that may actually even be easier. Just have to be careful and watch out for the glue, because if you're like me, I often get the glue. You know what, I do think that's actually going a little bit better. All right, And then let's see, I have one other one. Pick this up. Whoop. I like these sequins because they're different sizes. And of course, sequins are also great for shaker cards. Okay, and then down here, I'm just gonna add one more, and there's a shell. One of these sequins, as you can see, they're shells. Looks like we have two different colors. So I'm gonna pick one of those up. And I'll just put that there like that. So there is my card, sending a big smile. It's just really fun. I love it with this paper. And like I said, if you want to go to my blog tomorrow, I'll have all the measurements and you can rewatch this Facebook Live if you like. Today, I used the same stamp set and made a super, super simple card. So this is the Oh Snap, and I thought, I mean, I do love the crocodile, but I wanted to show the versatility. So I just used the lily pad and the little fish again, this little lily pad flower and the frog. I want to show you, this is super, super simple. Thank you, Debbie. Thank you, Debbie and Debbie, huh? So this one is super, super simple. And I started with the layering, or this is the stitch shape die, one of the stitch shape dies. These are also retiring. This, I will say, if you're a stamper, that is, the stitch shape dies are a must-have because they obviously have the stitching around them and they come in squares, circles, and ovals. You get an assortment of each. And then this is from the Layering Squares die, the scallop edge, which I really love. And obviously it's really nice for layering. That is also retiring. So be sure to check those out. Again, I used my Subtles embossing folder because it's kind of my go-to. And then the Hello Friend, this is the oval. This is the oval punch. But this card will be going up on my blog today with all the measurements and details. If you'd like to make that one. So let me bring these projects in here so that I can show you. You can have another look at them. So I appreciate all of you that are commenting and sharing today. And if you would continue to do that, you have a chance to win one of these 3 cards next week. I will see you back here on Thursday. I will be sharing a couple more card ideas with the Oh Snap stamp set. So be sure to tune in for that. That will be Thursday at 1 o'clock. And I thank you all so much for joining me. And as always, I hope you have time to be creative today. Have a great day, everyone. Bye-bye.